Hey everyone, in this video you're going to learn about um, how a body regulates temperature. So first, like our skin or how energy escape. So how energy actually transfer is first from conduction. I touch a thing. For example, I might touch this cube and the cube, the shell will slowly get hot because of direct conduction. And the second way is indirectly convection, like through air or water is convection. And radiation is everywhere. Like I got radiation, so I'm actually losing heat every single second. Yeah, so then we'll talk about our skin structure. So in our skin, we got hair, right? Everyone got some hair, and I will show a graph or like diagram. Our skin got hair, and the hair is actually connected to the erector muscle, which when you just got scared or your adrenaline rise, you become goosebumps. Yeah, so erector muscle will contract. And then the lower part we got subcutaneous fat and capillaries, and somehow we also got the sebaceous glands which secrete sebums. Yeah, oil, sebums. And lastly we got some receptor, which is some thermoreceptor, pain receptor, pressure receptor. I just so many receptor and whatever. So the skin is not only just one layer. It's got first is dead skin, and then your living skin and living cells just inside, and the more inside. Yeah, that's it. That doesn't need much time to render, and it's not too important. So first we'll talk about what will happen when you got cold. So you got cold. First, you might notice you got goosebumps, right? So why is it happening? So the erector muscle is actually used like it contracts, and your hair will stand straight up. Yeah, we'll talk about hair follicle, which is the root of a hair. So the hair will stand right up, and actually for human it's not big usage, but for animals like in those frogs or polar bear, they got a lot of hair, right? Fur. So what they do is they can trap air. As you know, air is a very suck conductor, and because they transfer heat is not very well, their conduction is very soft. So it actually is a very good material to hold your heat. Just act as you got some coat. We all got some coat, and maybe somehow we got big coat. So what they do is trap some air inside, like trap a still air. Because air is poor at conducting heat, right? So what I do is to trap the air so your heat can go outside. That's how it works. But on human, it might work, but not too much. Because we just evolved. We are not monkeys, and we got not many fur on my body. So yeah, it is not much working, but it still works on some people with much fur on their body. Yeah. So next is probably yeah, I've already mentioned the skin. There's a sweat gland and a sweat duct. Yeah, just sweat. You sweat, right? I will sweat, right? Yeah. So not only you got hair, you also got sweat. So in cold condition, sweat still got, but not much. Because sweat is kind of like an ejector. It is a also a way to just eject some toxic or something, I don't know, suck or something, just like rubbish out your body. Yeah, so it's kind of like same as a poop or a pee, just same, but it can't stop because it's keep just need to secrete to do as what you call like ingestion. But yeah, it can't shut off, but it can lower it. In hot condition, it will get more, right? We all do it. And in cold condition, it usually just somehow just make it get lesser sweat. And then in cold condition, your capillaries will do what we call a vasoconstriction, which means your those blood just got lesser to your capillaries, which near our skin. I do that because we need to trap those blood inside our body to keep ourselves warm. Yeah, that's it. So the next is about the kind of like those subcutaneous fat. Yeah, so for those subcutaneous fat, it is a long-term stuff. For people live in cold area like Russian, if you're not constantly just training or get away those fat, or you just sit in home watching TV every day, what you do is might just got fat. Yeah, you might just become fat. Whereas subcutaneous fat, what they do is you trap those heat, right? So in long term, you might just become fat. So we do in hot, I mean just like what about hot area? So in hot area, your erector muscle will relax and your sweat will get more. Why? Because sweat, it can evaporate, right? Actually, evaporation is a process where you just absorb those heat energy and becomes gas. Yeah, so when evaporation, you actually just taking away temperature. So with sweating more, you can cool down more. And then the capillaries. What we do is called vasodilation. It means more blood to near skin capillaries. What we do is because near skin, it means you can get a better radiation, convention, conduction, whatever, just more heat loss to cool down yourself. And last is subcutaneous fat. You get lesser in long term because yeah, subcutaneous fat store heat. So if you want to get cooler in some hot area, so you need to get away more fat. So normally, even you don't work much, but if you're in some hot area, you still lost fat. Yeah, but not for everyone, just based on our genetics. But what control this? So actually, the stuff control this is called hypothalamus. Yeah, I show picture here. It's kind of ridiculous because it's look like a yeah it looked like a ball, yeah. And then so the hypothalamus, it got a thermoregulatory center inside. So what it do is when it receives some signals from your skin or whatever, it will just yeah I guess from receptor in our skin, it just got some signal to our hypothalamus, and our hypothalamus is do what? Because it got a receptor, right? The thermoregulatory center, right? So what it do is it gives some negative feedbacks, not positive feedbacks. Like positive feedback is what? Positive feedbacks is like I'm holding a knife and then I'm pain, right? But I keep holding more harder. That's what we call a positive feedbacks. But for negative feedbacks, it's like, oh, I'm holding a knife, oh, I'm hurt, I'm in pain, so I release it because I'm in pain, right? That is what you call negative feedbacks. So you do negative feedbacks like cold. So react with negative feedbacks, let's sweat and constrict our airtime muscles, and yeah, that's it. Like vasoconstriction and the long-term more subcutaneous fat. And then there are also one thing, hormones. We do is, our larynx isn't just bones. It's under our larynx. It's got a place is a thyroid gland which secretes thyroxine. And what we do is to faster our metabolic rate. So yeah, under our larynx we got some glands secrete this shit. So what we do is speed up metabolic rate. What we do, because if we speed up metabolic rate, what we get is a like hotter bodies, because during some metabolism you will need energy, right? So it will become hotter. Yeah. It's the same as chemical reaction. Usually when you put like two chemicals together, like neutralization, you usually generate heat. It's something like that. But yeah, so I think that's it. That's just not much to talk about. So there's some more. You see like skin, you got that skin. And that skin usually make up some, the same as those cuticles in plants. So yeah, from then the thicker parts and more deeper parts. Yeah, the core is usually the upper epidermis, the epidermis and dermis. Yeah, that's it. So in our skin, we got hair follicle, sebaceous glands, and erectile muscles, capillaries, and sweat glands, sweat ducts, and more like subcutaneous fat and some receptors. Like from receptors, I don't know, receptors, then recovery pain receptors, pressure receptors, something like that. So after that, you get a hypothalamus, which have a thermoregulatory center inside. In our brain, it's small, like a ball, but yeah, that's it. And last is you got hormones. Not only skin, you got hormones. Speed up our metabolic rate, secrete thyroxine, and yeah, that's it. So study more, don't give up, rest more, and bye.